The entire figure skating world was left speechless. And it all started with a single, sharp word. Just 24 seconds after telling him to be quiet, Riku Miura gently reached out and took Ryuichi Kihara's trembling hand. What seemed like frustration on the surface was actually something far deeper, something only two people who spent 7 intense years together could understand. It was love, trust, and an unbreakable bond. Today, we're diving into the incredible final chapter of one of figure skating's most emotional stories, the journey of Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara, the pair who didn't just make history, they redefined it. On the 28th of April 2026, in Tokyo, their retirement press conference felt unlike anything anyone had seen before. Nearly 100 reporters filled the room. Cameras from over 60 media outlets were lined up, all waiting for their final words. But the moment the conference began, something completely unexpected happened. 3-year-old Ryuichi Kihara broke down in tears like a child. Sitting beside him, 4-year-old Riku Miura leaned in gently, almost like an older sister comforting her younger sibling, softly saying, "Don't cry, don't cry." In fact, the official name of the press conference itself was Don't Cry, Retirement Conference. And in that title alone, their entire 7-year journey was captured. At one point during the conference, Miura suddenly said, "Be quiet," in a firm tone, as Kihara spoke about the physical toll of pair skating and the burden they placed on each other. For a split second, the entire room froze. But then, everyone understood. That wasn't anger. That was her way of saying, "Stop blaming yourself." Kihara had been overwhelmed with guilt, fighting back tears, and Miura's words were her way of protecting him, her silent plea for him to stop hurting himself. And then, just 24 seconds later, she reached for his hand. No one laughed. Instead, the entire room smiled through tears. So why did this moment between a 3-year-old man and a 4-year-old woman move an entire nation? To understand that, we have to go back to the summer of 2019. At the time, Kihara was 27 years old and on the verge of retirement. His singles career hadn't gone as planned, and even after switching to pairs, he struggled to find the right partner. He had already made up his mind to walk away from skating. Sitting with friends, he told himself, "This is the end." But then, everything changed. A message arrived from a 16-year-old skater training in Canada, Riku Miura. After watching him skate, she felt something instantly. "I want to skate with this person." In August 2019, they met for a tryout in Oakville, Canada. Coaches who were there say they knew within seconds this pairing was special. Despite a 9-year age gap, completely different careers, and opposite personalities, something just clicked. They shared one powerful belief. Without each other, skating had no meaning. From that moment on, their journey became a series of miracles. They dropped formalities, called each other casually, and even played Mario Kart and Momotaro Dentetsu the night before competitions to ease their nerves. It looked playful on the surface, but underneath, they were building one of the strongest trust bonds in the sport, entrusting not just their bodies, but their lives to each other on the ice. In Japan, pair skating had long been overlooked, far from the global spotlight compared to singles. But Miura and Kihara changed that. Training in Canada, they pushed themselves to the limit, performing breathtaking lifts and flawless elements that seemed to defy gravity. Every second on the ice carried the weight of their journey. In 2021, they made history by winning bronze at the NHK Trophy and becoming the first Japanese pair to qualify for the Grand Prix final. Their chemistry was undeniable, playful, honest, and deeply respectful. But their story wasn't just about success. After the 2022 Beijing Olympics, the physical toll became overwhelming. Kihara battled serious knee injuries and chronic back pain. Yet he refused to stop, because Miura was there. And Miura made one thing clear: she would never skate with anyone else. This wasn't just a partnership anymore. It was something far deeper, something beyond words. Then came the 14th of February, 2026, at the Milan Cortina Olympics. During the short program, disaster struck. Kihara missed a critical element. Multiple mistakes followed. They fell to 5th place. On the ice, he collapsed, unable to stand, consumed by guilt. But Miura stayed by his side. That night, their roles reversed. The one who always protected needed to be protected. Fans around the world shared the heartbreaking moment online. But the next morning, everything changed. Miura wrote a message on the back of an old fan sign. "Thank you for skating with me. Right now, we are the strongest." When Kihara read those words, something inside him reignited. On February 17, they stepped onto the ice for the free skate. From the very first element, the energy in the arena shifted. Their performance was flawless. Every movement perfectly in sync. Every jump, every lift, executed with absolute precision and emotion. By the end, the crowd was on their feet. Kihara collapsed again, but this time, not in despair, in triumph. Their score, 158.13 inches, the free skate world record. Total, 231.28. From 5th place to Olympic gold. The first ever for a Japanese pair. But what shocked the world wasn't just their performance. It was the connection between them, something you couldn't measure with scores. At their retirement conference, Miura looked straight into the camera and said, "To me, Ryuichi Kihara is my #1 partner." Hand in hand, they walked off the stage together. Not just as athletes, but as partners, stepping into a new chapter of life. What they left behind wasn't just a gold medal, it was a message. Even in the darkest moments, if someone believes in you, you can rewrite your future overnight. And finding someone you can say, "We are strongest together," is one of life's greatest gifts. So now I ask you, who is your strongest partner in life? If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video, and subscribe for more powerful stories from the world of sports.